All right, testing 1, 2. Welcome back to ETB Boxing. Well, we talked about Ennis's recent win, and there's some chatter out there, people thinking that individuals are hating on Ennis because of who he fought. And the truth of the matter is, it's a fair judgment to question the opponent. But you don't even have to hear it from me. You can hear it from people who actually live it, work in it, sleep, breathe it, everything that you can imagine. Robert Garcia is the trainer of Vergil Ortiz, and that could be the potential opponent for Boots Ennis if Vergil Ortiz, can win his November match. And they're going to have a bit of a opinion on the whole type of match, what it could mean for boxing, when it can possibly happen. So if you're interested in either of these fighters, you're going to want to listen to the whole video. But before we get to it, if you enjoyed the content, click like and subscribe. I know it's annoying, but it doesn't cost you anything, and it really helps us a lot. I would greatly appreciate it. Leave me a comment. Let me know what you think. Vergil Ortiz versus Boots Ennis. Who wins? Let's get into this clip.
What's up, Robert?
What's up, Ellie? How you doing?
So, Boots Ennis, interim double.
Look good.
He looked great.
He looked good. He did what he had to do against
A top-level opponent.
Shut the fuck up with us. He did what he had to do against that type of guys, you know.
But Eddie Hearn said, "Oh, he destroys Vergil."
Eddie did. Look, did you see Boots right next to Ellie? Right next to Eddie? Like, shut the fuck up. Don't say too much, man. Like, give me one more fight. I need one more. Right? You could tell right away. He wants two tune-up fights. This was the first one. Next one, he's gonna get 2 or 3 more rounds. You know, that's what he wants.
Okay, Boots against Xander. Who wins?
Boots is good, bro.
Okay, I agree. Boots against Bakram. You know Bakram is a trainer.
Boots.
You think Boots? That's what Vergil told me too.
Boots is a very good fighter.
Okay, Boots and Vergil. What do you think? How does it end?
That's what I was gonna do. But that's what he needs to say. No, let's go do it next. You know, Eddie's the one doing it. He's over there like, oh, don't say too much. No, Boots could fight, bro. Boots is a good fucking fighter. But I know they won the 2 tune-up fights, and that's a fact. You know, it's not like I'm fucking making it up. They did won it, and he got his first, so he might want another one. But look,
and he got the quick stoppage.
He just fought. We're just fighting in 4 weeks, so sometime next year the fight should happen. It has to happen. That's a fight that. Tell me, Vergil's gonna try to say, oh, I'm not ready for it. Vergil wants to fight everybody, man.
Vergil told me that twice they asked for that fight and twice they were turned down, correct?
Well, they offered it twice.
And you said yes.
We had to, yeah.
And they said
we had to
no.
because it's fucking big money. It's big money.
Right, look, they both hold in.
For those of y'all who aren't familiar with, I mean, maybe boxing fans know Boots Ennis or Vergil Ortiz, but for the people outside of the boxing, atmosphere, the sphere, they don't really know these fighters. But this is big business. Vergil Ortiz Jr. versus Jaron Boots Ennis. These are the new young guns, man. These are the new Crawfords. These are the new Canelos, that are gonna bring the big fights. And I am excited that they're both wanting it at a younger age. We're not doing Crawford and Canelo at their latter part of the year, or Manny Pacquiao and Mayweather when they were way past their prime, and it still made big business, but the fight sucked. It did. But you heard it from Robert, man. Who was Lima? Lima was a nobody. Lima was intended to allow Boots to see what he could do at that weight. Did he still have his power, just to kind of test out what's up? And he clearly he looks better at 154, but he has to get tested a little more. And he's young. He's 28. He doesn't need all the time in the world. I mean, he doesn't need to hurry up because his marketing or his selling power is ending because he's older. He's right at the cuffs. There's no need to rush it. And that's Eddie Hearn's, his promoter's job, is to bring him in slow, build up the fight a little. But these guys are ready to go at it. But to his credit, he did what he needed to do, but he should have done it with who he did it with. So, don't get too excited. Lima was a bum. He was a bum, but he was a 154 bum. Okay, let's give him credit for that, but he took care of him.
WBA and WBC. But they don't have to have any of the main to
It would
make
sell.
it the
It would
biggest
sell.
fight in the division. That's the biggest fight in the division.
Tank and Ryan was for no belt. It was a major fight.
That's
It's
the
all.
biggest fight in
Yeah.
the division. Both, it would do really good numbers on pay-per-view because they should put it on pay-per-view. I think it would do really good numbers on pay-per-view, and the gate would be.
But if they fight, how would it happen? Because the let's say the two interims, right? There's no such thing.
There's no unification, so they'll just fight for one. So you can see
So that one person, that one gets
Vergil, it's boxing. Let me make some phone calls. They will. They
probably
do.
will. They probably will.
That's the sad part about boxing, man. They'll move all the sanctioning things and everything just to make big business. Just like they didn't make Canelo give up all his belts, you know, make him defend him all those years because he was just a cash cow for everybody.
With the way boxing is, they probably would do a unification. They probably would do a
I
unification.
believe it.
So
But-
you know.
Okay, but
that's-
Eddie Hearn, or not Eddie Hearn, Breadman, Caleb's Plans coach said that if Vergil fights Boots, it's 80-20 in favor of Boots.
I don't even know who that is, but you know, everybody's gonna have opinions. You know, Eddie thinks that too. Eddie bets his house. Eddie wants to bet a house, right?
Are you ready to take the keys?
Well, you know, like Rick told him. I think Rick right away said something. Look, Eddie, and it's true. Eddie doesn't have a good record with Rick. I think Rick's like 3-0 with him, right? Like 3-0. So Eddie has to be careful.
Okay, so Keith, one time Thurman did a video and he said that he wants to see the medical reports. He doesn't believe Fundora's injury, and he called Fundora and his dad bitches.
Well, look, injuries happen in boxing a lot, so I can't say nothing.
Does Fundora have that record of pulling out of fights?
Fundora don't pull out or anything.
I wouldn't go far as calling his dad and him that, but I would ask for the
No,
doctor's note.
that's something. It should be mandatory.
There's HIPAA laws. You can't show.
You can request a release of information so it bypasses the HIPAA. If they want to give him permission, that he can get those records. When I mean Fundora.
No, but
I'm not.
But he can't ask for a doctor's note
Yeah.
for the.
Yeah, they should. No, they should see it. They should present it.
What
because
is the injury?
It's a
Yeah.
big fight. Yeah, they should.
what is the injury, by the way?
I have no idea.
You know, what is the injury?
They said hand injury.
How's it going?
They said a hand injury. From what I read.
But what does that mean?
I mean, well, you could have a, like.
It happens in boxing, man. There is injuries in boxing.
Here, someone on the live says that Vergil is the best at 154.
Dude, I'm
I
telling
agree.
you, him versus Boots is fucking huge fight. has
It
to
would
happen.
sell. It would sell.
Oh my God.
You like the fight?
It would do good numbers on pay-per-view. It would do good numbers in the gate. Wherever it happens.
It's a big fight, guys. This is probably one of the biggest fights that I hope will be made next year. Exciting stuff, man. And I'm excited that now that the Canelos, the Crawfords, they're slowly going to be pushed out. These guys are going to be leading the way, leading the charge. And, people don't give Vergil Ortiz a lot of credit, but I think Vergil Ortiz is a lot for Boots. I think Boots is a lot for Vergil. I would say it's a 45-55 fight. And I don't know who the 45 or the 55 is, but I think one of them has a 10% advantage over the other.
Wherever it's gonna be, it would be fucking unbelievable.
But Robert, why do some fighters get very easy fights for a title shot, and some fighters have to go to hell and back?
See, sometimes it doesn't matter because, like, we don't really do stuff like that. But even with Matchroom, guys on the undercard, because this happened a lot, especially with guys that we have with Matchroom, okay? Guys in my gym. Give me, can you give me somebody a little bit lighter? This guy, he's not ready. I think, he's fighting 8 rounds or he's fighting 10 rounds, but give me some. Oh no, the zone won't approve it. The zone won't approve it. But they approve this fucking shit on the main event, Boots versus Lima. You know what I mean? So don't fucking tell me, oh no, they won't approve it. When it's a fucking undercard fight, when it's probably the first TV fight or first or second TV fight, oh no, they won't approve it. The zone won't approve it. They won't pay the money for that fight. But what you guys just did last Saturday was approved and was fucking you know. Right.
For the next one, they'll do it.
But when it's happened to me, like with the guy, give me somebody, somebody else. Can you give me another, give me another 2-3 options? Hopefully, más livianito. Oh, we can't. They don't want to prove it. Motherfuckers, they don't want to prove it.
Okay, have you ever heard of Lima before?
Never.
Have you ever heard of Lima before? Have you?
Never knew.
Virgil. I never heard about him before.
I never knew who he was.
Well, ain't that something? These guys are, they're big names, man. Robert Garcia is one of the best trainers out there. These guys are in the gym. They never heard of Lima. So one of the beefs that Robert is saying is that some of his boxers that are connected with Matchroom or promoted by Matchroom, Robert will ask like, hey, let's not get it too hard of a fight for this one. And Eddie Hearn will say, no, they want to prove it. They want to prove or something like that. But they're kind of upset, like, well, not upset, but kind of confused. Well, you approved this really terrible fight, Lima against Boots. But, it's boxing. It's kind of dirty. But it goes to show you that, Lima he wasn't even a gatekeeper. But, they put him in there so the Lion could have some lunch, and the Lion had more than that, man. He just took his head off.
Interim title?
Never had an idea who he was.
What happened? What happened?
They told me you had the turtleneck. That's what I heard. But it's just boxing, man. But honestly, Boots, great fucking fighter.
Very talented.
Great fucking fighter. That's what I'm telling you. That's the biggest fight. They don't have to hold the main WBC or the main WBA. That's the biggest fight I want before.
But
and
first,
it needs to happen.
November 8th.
It needs to happen. And Rick Group at that house with Eddie.
So you heard it from the best out there. It's the biggest fight at 154. Vergil Ortiz Jr. versus Jaron Boots Ennis. That's the biggest fight at 154. It's not Fundora. It's not Thurman. This is a pay-per-view fight, and it's going to happen next year. I do believe it. I think it'll happen maybe mid. I don't know if it'll happen early next year. Oh man, I doubt it. Depends who's going to take the Cinco de Mayo slot, but it could happen around that time. But I don't know, man. You never know who can come out, if Canelo's going to want to fight that, if he's recovered from his surgery by then, or Crawford may want to throw his hat for Cinco de Mayo. I mean, he's still in this mix, man. He could still go up and down. So what do you guys think, man? Are you ready for this fight? Do you think it's going to happen? Are you excited about this fight? I know I am. Anyway, guys, I want to show you that just to give a little bit of flavor about what I was talking about in the previous video, that, Lima was kind of a nobody. But Ennis is slowly working his way up. He don't need to hurry up at 154. But one more fight, it's going to be Ortiz. And I wonder what that's going to look like. Anyway, that's all I got today, man. Thanks for stopping by. That's the punch. That's the story. That's ETV Boxing.